Hey folks, it's Bear here, and I just thought I'd check in. It's 1:50 right now, so it's a little late, but I figured I'd check in, so get a routine going. Uh, just check in, say a couple things that are on my mind right now, and yeah. So today I started my first day of physical therapy, which is great because I don't know if I talked about it in the last video. I think I did. Well, when I started lifting again, I put a sprain on my low back, and it's been, usually strains go away after like a week or two, but this has been here for like months. So I went to the physical therapist, and he had told me that my form on my squats and deadlifts were way off. Like I was hyperextending my back. So I'm gonna view here. So this is your straight back, and then this is like your low back. It would be like putting a ton of stress on the bottom two vertebrae, and that's been exacerbating it and just making it irritated. And he showed me some cool stretches and techniques, and taught me a couple things about core pressure and core strength. So that's only the first day, and I'm really excited because I learned a lot and ready to get back on track. So tomorrow I'm going to go to the gym and work on squatting. The only thing I didn't like is that he told me to squat at less, not go ass to grass, and that's the way I was taught, and it just feels weird to not do it. But if it's going to irritate my back, because my other problem with squatting is, besides the problem I put on myself by hyperextending my lower back because I'm a freaking idiot, uh, besides that, at the bottom of my squat, my butt tucks under. It's called, I don't know what the scientific name is for it, but uh, people call it the butt wink. And it's basically where you lose good curvature of the spine right at the bottom. And, you know, it sucks. I love going ass to grass. I used to have that flexibility in my low back to be able to do it, but now I can't. So, whatever for now. I'll get it back, and then I'll be squatting heavier weights than ever. Um, Same with deadlifts. Like as over exaggerating uh, the posture and put a lot of strain on my low back during that. And I could absolutely, like, during these past couple of months, I could just absolutely not deadlift just because it would hurt my back so much. And I think I found the problem is because he got the diagram of the spine out, and or like the little statue thing, you fuck around with it. But he got it, and then he showed me good curvature, and then he showed me my curvature when I was over exaggerating, and it was like, here's the bottom two vertebrae, and then they were like this. So imagine this is the straight spine, they're like pinched together, and ugh. And now it all makes sense too. So show me a bunch of stretches. I'll be doing light ass deadlifts and light ass squats. I'm not going heavy at all. I'm just trying to get that form down and get ready to heal my back. You know. And this morning I weighed in at 270 as my official start to my weight loss journey, and heaviest I've ever been in my life, so that's a little shot to the ego because no one likes to weigh a lot, but I'm about 6'2", 19 years old, so I got plenty of time, but better start now than later. And I think my body fat's about 22%, which is relatively high, but it could be worse, and it's not like, I mean, I cover it up pretty well, I say. My shoulders are pretty defined. That's probably from previous experience. I haven't lifted shoulders in a super long time. But I'm ready to get back in the gym. It's been too long. It's a crime, man. What else is there? So in these vlogs, I'm also going to talk about other things that I enjoy doing, or other favorite pastimes. I'd like to talk about the results of the recent MMA event, UFC 162, Anderson Silva versus Chris Weidman, and I don't know if if you're not an MMA fan, then you don't have to listen to this. I don't think I'm going to be saying anything else besides this. So if you're not an MMA fan, you can hit this stop button here. But if you are, I'd love to hear what you think in the comments. And so For those who don't know, Anderson Silva is the greatest pound-for-pound fighter on the face of the earth. He won the belt in 2006, and he is undefeated in the UFC with I believe it was 13. He was 13-0 or 12-0. I can't remember. Defended the belt 11 times or 10 times. I gotta get these numbers researched, but whatever. So he's champion for a solid 7 years with 11 title defenses. That's unheard of. That's record breaking against top tier guys like Vitor Belfort and Yushin Okami, Chael Sonnen twice, Rich Franklin twice. But so he's to fight this up-and-comer, Chris Weidman, who I've watched fight, and he's really talented. He's an NCAA All-American who's beaten other great MMA wrestlers like Phil Davis. Phil Davis, and who else did he beat? He beat else. Well, just a super talented guy, black belt in jiu-jitsu, great striking, extremely athletic, great fighter, and I had no doubt in my mind that he'd be a future champion because he's just so talented. So he's set to defend his title against Chris Weidman, who basically got into this by talking, which Chael Sonnen did the same thing, so it's not like that's a big deal for me or anything, but Anderson, pound for pound greatest fighter or an up-and-comer, you'd pick it. If you had to bet your house, you'd pick Anderson. But little did I know, Anderson Silva comes into the fight, and he's not even taking it seriously. He drops his hands, and he's done this before. He drops his hands and then just uses his head movement rather than blocking techniques and feinting. He drops his hands, and he first round, just drops his hands, is taunting him. He's not even trying to fucking hit him. And I was like going through my head, it's like, okay, Anderson, stop fucking around. Either get your hands up or start hitting him, because Chris Weidman isn't like the other guys you fight. Lord comes it. Second round, Chris Weidman tags him and he acts hurt, and then he gets clocked, knocked out cold. Anderson Silva, greatest pound for pound fighter on the face of the earth in history, out cold, because he was fucking around. And then after the fight, he says he doesn't really want to fight for the title anymore because he's been champion for 7 years, and he's Brazilian, so kind of he was speaking in English, but you kind of gotta decipher what he was saying and what he meant. So the way he said it made it sound like he came into the fight wanting to lose the title, like he doesn't want to be champion anymore. So it's like just throws the fight. And in my opinion, that ruins your freaking legacy, because not only did you get knocked out cold, you got knocked out because you had your hands down and you're taunting your opponent. And yeah, sure, you're champion for 7 years, 11 title defenses, undefeated in the UFC. And then you go and post some stupid shit like this. And hats off to Chris Weidman, though. This isn't bashing Chris Weidman at all, because he did what he had to do and what he was supposed to do. But Anderson was just... I don't understand why you would go into a fight with the mentality of, oh, I don't want to be champion anymore, I'm just going to let this guy knock me out. If you don't want to be champion anymore, why don't you fucking retire? Anderson Silva's 38 years old. He can't go much longer, because MMA fighters, the oldest MMA fighter there was Randy Couture, and I think he stopped at like 46. And, you can't, because your body is just taking so much poundage and damage from training, so... That upset me, but I know Chris Weidman is going to be a great champion. He's undefeated at the moment. Now he has the biggest mark you could possibly get on your record, a win over Anderson Silva, and by KO. So, he's not a joke in any way whatsoever, and he's only getting better. He's definitely the John Jones in the middleweight division, and I look forward to seeing him fight again. But I just wish Anderson wouldn't have gone out like that, because it's kind of like a big middle finger to the fans, Well, I think that's about it for me for today. Another thing I'm going to start doing is I'm going to get a notepad, and then if I get something that I want to talk about in the day, write it down, and then I'll talk to you guys about it. Until then, Oh, excuse me. Till next time, take it easy, guys. Thank you for watching this video. If you like hearing me ramble on about nothing for 10 minutes, then rate, comment, and subscribe. Take it easy.